forgot that scene. Jesus
Powerful.
Christ. Sorry.
Wow, very powerful. There, speaking of other kind of gems that maybe didn't get as much attention as they should have, there was a movie made with a very talented filmmaker named Scott Cooper called Out of the Furnace, which was really terrific. And it's you, Christian Bale, Sam Shepard, just like this crazy, crazy cast. Casey Affleck. You are playing the ex-girlfriend of this Pennsylvania steelworker, played by Christian Bale, who's trying to locate his missing brother, Casey Affleck's character. I wonder, in that case, again, you probably could just as easily have been saying, or your representation could have been saying, like, Zoe is not interested in smaller parts. It's a smaller supporting part, but it's in a amazing movie. What was it that made you sign up for that one?
I mean, that cast is incredible. The story was very compelling. This was post 2008, where we know we went into a very big recession, and we witnessed in our own way how so many of us here across our country were affected by this. This was a story that was going to give me an experience into that. And it came in a package of a wonderful filmmaker that had done a great movie with Jeff Bridges, Crazy Heart. And it was with a great producer who's a very close friend of mine, Robbie Brenner, who right now is running Mattel Studios, and it was the producer behind Barbie. And yeah, Robbie is just a trailblazer. And she was just, she kept calling me, Zoe, this part is really small, but it's such a great script. It's a wonderful cast. We'll fly you to Pittsburgh. I was like, Pittsburgh? We did. We literally shot in the town that the story is based out of.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Braddock,
yeah. Really, I think John Fetterman was the mayor of Braddock, who's now gone.
Yes.
But I very rarely had, as a journalist, visited sets, but I visited you guys there. That was the real deal. You are
an impactful experience.
Yeah. So anyway, no, it was really amazing to see, and a really good underappreciated movie. Another was the year after. That was 2013. Then 2014 is Infinitely Polar Bear, which is a movie in which you play this woman married to a manic depressive man who tries to win her back after some issues arise. Just since in a moment we are going to show clips of both Out of the Furnace and Infinitely Polar Bear, do you want to say anything about Infinitely Polar Bear?
Yes, I'm incredibly proud of that movie. I got to work with Maya Forbes, and the story, she wrote it, it's based on her life. And though they had lost their dad, Cameron Forbes, this was a love song to their dad, because they grew up with a dad that was broken, and yet they were always exceptionally loved, and they had a buddy in him. And these women went ahead and they went to Harvard, and they pursued wonderful careers, his kids. And this man, even though, in the eyes of our system, he was absolutely just fragile, he was such a great person. So everything about that story was deeply compelling for me. I think the idea of working with Mark Ruffalo, I've always been a fan of Mark. I think he's one of the most multifaceted actors of our generation. And once again, it was going to give me an opportunity to explore the life of a daughter and a father relationship. Right. And that's something that I'm constantly wanting to live vicariously through the characters and the stories that I'm a part of.
It's really interesting. Let's take a look at Out of the Furnace and Infinitely Polar Bear.